Okay, hey, Ryan here with Hustle Sauce and Thanks.io with David Baer,
Bear,
or
like the animal. That's it.
like the animal from the Prepared Group. You're doing something really interesting with the Prepared Group. And actually, as I went through it, I was like, wow, this is a really good funnel. It seems like marketers built this. So,
Yeah, we get accused of being marketers a lot, but hopefully we're the good kind of marketer.
yeah.
So yeah, we have a few different funnels that are going on in our business, and our audience, by the way, is marketing agencies. Oh, that's my business partner in a compromising position with his eyes closed at the moment, but this is a funnel that we've actually built out specifically for marketing agency owners. The business that we're in is helping agencies add revenue by introducing a very different type of offer that they can put in front of their the business owners that they serve, and which is really all about leveraging their knowledge. So one of the things that folks in the agency world do is focus on selling the things that businesses want to buy. It's a problem we have in marketing in general, right? Somebody says, "Oh, my nephew told me I need to be on TikTok."
Yeah.
And then you go and look for somebody who does TikTok advertising, or you go and look for a course that teaches you how to do that. And what we have found is missing from that equation is businesses don't really step back and look at the big picture of revenue generation. How do I get money into the business? How do I add revenue? And so we're teaching agencies how to step back from the specific offer, the specific channel that they might specialize in, whether it's building a website or SEO or driving traffic through, some sort of pay-per-click, and serve their clients in a broader spectrum by starting a conversation about how to be more strategic, how to be more systematic. And we've been very systematic with this particular funnel, which is around a book club that we run for agency owners, having nothing to do with the offer that we're putting in front of them. It's all to do with the points that we're trying to make, which is, a lot of stuff and your clients could benefit from that. The biggest problem that most agencies have in their structure is that they give away all of the knowledge they have and only charge for the service. And we think that should be flipped on its head and charge considerably for the knowledge that they have and charge for the service.
So basically, as the marketing agency, I become like an advisor first, or
Absolutely.
kind of
So think about it. I mean, that's a great way to think about the positioning of an agency. Could really be just like the positioning of a CPA or the positioning of an attorney. You are the go-to advisor on the subject of marketing. One thing that I see all the time is an agency will have a new client, and then they'll turn to the client and say, "Okay, what would you like us to do?" As opposed to giving the client direction, a lot of agencies simply take direction from the client and they're just executing. Well, what if you were able to set up the relationship in a way that you are the trusted advisor?
Yeah. And when what the client wants doesn't work, then the agency becomes accountable for the failure.
Yes, that is a big downfall. And so, how do we help? Look, there's businesses out there who are always going to create that kind of crazy, annoying relationship with an agency, and they're the ones who are usually not willing to pay a lot of money, not willing to participate in the marketing decisions. They just want to offload this necessary but annoying task, right? Oh, I just want somebody else to be responsible for getting all of the traffic to our website, the phone ringing, the people coming into our store. But in fact, that is a critical piece of the puzzle when it comes to how do you operate your business, right? Marketing can and ought to be a systematized thing, just like managing your finances and just like operating, the operational aspects of your business, your staff, your software, et cetera.
So you're coaching the marketing agency owner to help the business owner install marketing systems.
Correct. Well, it's not simply installing them, but deciding what they are, how to prioritize things around revenue generation. And so it's not simply the things that I think most of us think about when we're talking about marketing. By the way, we're looking at the book club thing, and I'm happy to talk more about this, but
Yeah.
we got off on a different tangent. So I'll quickly answer this question and we'll circle back to what we're doing here. Businesses are very much focused on, and to a certain extent, agencies are focused on selling lead generation, right? First time relationships. And I know certainly, with things.io, that's not where you focus, right? You're not using your service to get new customers as much as you're using your service to help businesses continue an established relationship. And that, for most businesses, is where the majority of the money lies. And it's the lowest cost compared to constantly going after new people. And so it's really, how does an agency help a business think strategically about revenue generation overall, and then set up the systems?
Right. So in your marketing, now that we're looking at this book page, you don't just come out, say all that you might on your homepage, hey, here's what we're doing, but the way that you get people into your fold is kind of this side angle here, it looks like right now, right?
Totally. Because look, this is all about taking great ideas and figuring out how to apply them to our business or our clients' businesses. And so what we've done is we put together a book club for agency owners. This is something that sort of came to us because we did some outreach on LinkedIn. Instead of moving people from LinkedIn to a phone call or a Zoom call, we started inviting people to roundtables to talk about things together with other people just like them. And we positioned ourselves as kind of the curators of the conversation.
The facilitator of the mastermind group or something.
Exactly. And this is, part of our lead gen process. Rather than bringing people to a, automated webinar or putting somebody onto a call with one other individual, how could we be at the center of the conversation, guide the conversation, put some ideas into people's heads, have people going, who are these guys? I want to know more about them, and then give them a path to a further conversation with us about what we do and if we're a good fit for them. And
awesome. So
yeah.
So getting a little more tactical, this page is beautiful. Just, I'm always curious. I haven't looked at the source yet. What do you build it on? Do you guys custom code all this, or is this?
This is on a platform called Convertri.
Convertri, yeah. Very nice. And do you mind if I opt in here? Where they would get
please do.
fun and explore the sauce. So I'll give you my number. And then yes, I want to join the club. I like the submit button there. I want this.
Yep. I am a big student of direct response copywriting, and so I focus on a lot of those things. And yes, there is a funnel here, right?
Yeah. So I opt in. Convertri manages your leads. I guess, does it have marketing automation in there, or is that just a landing?
It doesn't. We're Keep partners, and so that's all. Or for folks who don't know Keep, it's what Infusionsoft is now called.
Confusionsoft, yeah.
Yes.
So right, and Infusionsoft never had a great landing page generator, so Convertri sits at the front, Keep manages on the back end. Yeah,
and Keep is working on that and promises someday to be better at it, but they actually have come along quite well in some of their landing pages. But still, they got a long way to go.
Yeah. So we get here, almost done. Keep your eyes out for an email. So I'll get my email, and then you're taking them further down here with this engaging quiz, I guess, right?
And the quiz is all about putting the ideas in front of them about all of the missed opportunities in their business, in their agency. And so yeah.
So just out of curiosity, this is still Convertri, the quiz?
No, this is a quiz builder called Interact.
Okay, cool. So they go through here. Now, what do you guys do? Because I've done some quizzes and I've never gone real deep like a Ryan Levesque or anything, But what do you do with the info? Do you eventually kind of have this sitting in front of you when you do a call and you meet the person, or is this more just about generating a better lead?
So I think it's really about pre-selling them on you've just shared with me something I need to address, which is if I've had them opt in once, I don't need to have them opt in again if I'm bringing them through this channel. So I got to set up a second quiz. Thanks for showing me that.
Yeah.
Because we use the quiz as a separate funnel, by the way. So the answer is that we are probably not using that information as well as we could, because the idea is pre-framing the conversation that we're going to have, right? So it's really getting them to recognize how much they're missing out on simply by going through these things. Like, oh, I've never thought about that. And if they think that way after 3 or 4 or 5 of the questions, well, then they're more likely to want to have the conversation. So I'm less concerned about the specific results of the data here than I am about, did we have an impact on the way they think about their agency and how they're running it as a business, or how inefficient or limited it is in leveraging revenue opportunity.
And the completion of the quiz shows a lot more intent if somebody's just willing to go through it all.
Oh, totally. And frankly, so we haven't seen a huge amount of conversion from the book opt-in into the quiz. Only people who are going directly to the quiz tend to complete it. Right.
The book opt-in, they're probably going and checking their email for the. So cool. So I haven't gone through that whole funnel yet. So they do the book opt-in. Should I do that here, or do you just want to talk about kind of why that's working, or what about it works?
Yeah, so there's 2 things that people get, and frankly, there's probably nothing else that we need to look at, but I can sort of describe what happens, unless you want to check your email on as we're recording this.
Okay.
The opt-in is then going to send them an email, which is inviting them to our online community. We just launched the online community part of this. Prior to that, we had simply been sending them out weekly emails with 3 book summaries a week, and then inviting them to a twice monthly mastermind call where we would facilitate a discussion. Collectively, we would watch one of the book summaries, and then we would talk about how it applies to their business in one way or another. And usually there'd be some sort of hot seat scenario there as well.
Awesome. So it's a community. It's not, I was expecting a Facebook group because that's what everybody's doing right now, but it sounds like you're using a different app.
Yes. This one is called group.app, and it's not dissimilar to Circle or to Mighty, what is that one called? Mighty something. Networks. Mighty Networks is the other one out there. But there's a growing number of these, and these are really, I think, a great alternative to Facebook, where you don't have the distraction. You contain the entire attention of the participants, and to a certain extent, like a lot of them come with their own apps and other things like that. You can build out not just an agency or a community, but you can also build out courses and other things. And so that's some of the stuff that we're building in group app.
Yeah, really cool. I've thought a little bit about Thanks.io users and Hustle Sauce. We've played around with a Facebook group, but I can never, feels like just another Facebook group. So I'm going to look at this group app. I love that you can put courses in here too, because it kind of, you can add more value, or without having to send them through a different course, I guess.
Totally. And there's a bunch of others that, I'm a junkie for these things, and I'm like so many of us who are in our space these days. I'm a AppSumo addict, and I've gotten a couple of other community tools on AppSumo as well, which I quite like.
Yeah, I really like this. We had a Thinkific set up for Thanks.io, and we took people through kind of our get started, but I can see what you're doing here. You're kind of indoctrinating with this free course.
Yep.
I assume. Yep. And,
so this is actually a series of, and it'll drip over the next 7 days, a series of trainings that my partner Ken did with Keep certified partners on a range of topics from, well, you can see them there. So prospecting, how to leverage a needs analysis to sell more effectively, setting up strategic partnerships with other businesses, more effective follow-up, which is at the core of what a tool like Keep does, or what a tool like Thanks.io does, right? Building out an offer. Offer is a big topic these days, thanks to Alex Hermosi's awesome book on the topic. That's actually getting marketers to think about something that a few of us, had spent much time thinking about, pricing strategy. And then we have a little bonus thing, which is our pitch to get people to book a call with us.
Awesome. But I mean, if I got this after I just went through the funnel and I got something here that I might have paid $100 for otherwise, right? That's what this already feels like. It seems like you're delivering overwhelming value, and by the end of this course, if they don't want to work with you, they probably never will, right?
I would hope so. Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, but a lot of people, I think for you and I, because we market all day, this seems like just basics. Like, yeah, we're going to deliver a lot of content, but a lot of people I work with, they just will have one thin landing page and deliver a lead magnet, and just wonder why nobody buys their stuff a couple of days later.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, that's what we talk about when we talk about follow-up, don't we? And about systemization of so much in the business, and whether it's going out to existing customers who bought a certain thing or bought once and you want to get them to buy again, how to build referral systems. A lot of folks, again, this applies to your service, say that they have a business that's built around referral, but they have no system in place for actually extracting or building or orchestrating referrals. And so using, a tool like yours or in combination with other mechanisms to build out a system, that's important.
Yeah, this is really cool. Group app, huh? So everybody watching this at this point, now that you've seen everything that's in this course, you're going to want to go over to the prepared group. And what would they do? Just go through the quiz, or I'll make sure I include a link to the book funnel, right?
Yeah, I'll give you a link actually right to that, to the book funnel, which is the preparedgroup.com/books. And that's where marketing agency owners and also independent marketers, if you're a freelancer in that space, we haven't really built out very much else in here yet. And that's something I noticed when you hit that agency owners channel. I apparently have to turn something on because I haven't seen it from the non-admin perspective, but this is super new part of it. So we will. Oh, I see what it is. It sent me an email that I have to approve you. That's why.
Yeah. But this is interesting though. So it feels like a membership site. I do wonder, if we can geek out on this a little bit, I wonder if I can gate content here, right? So that'd be really cool.
Well, so I have a bunch of hidden content for my licensees that you can't see. Yeah. But really cool. Actually I'm going to approve you so you can see the balance of it. I just need to vamp a moment while we're waiting for the page to load so I can approve you. Okay, you are officially approved. And I think if you were to refresh the group.app, you should see something now.
Cool. So bottom line here, I think one of the biggest things for people watching this interview is you're getting to see firsthand what a sophisticated marketing funnel built by sophisticated marketers looks like. I mean, there was a lead magnet on the front end, some email follow-up, and now we're being pulled into an entire ecosystem where we have the opportunity to engage and perhaps become customers, right?
That's the plan. We'll see how well we do with it.
Yeah. So otherwise, this is kind of a new funnel. The Prepared Group, your main service, is it a consult, like an ongoing coaching program, or is it, I see licensing here? So
yeah, it is absolutely a licensing program where we license our intellectual property and our systems on how to consult with clients. So if you were to actually click on marketing system, which is just next to that, and scroll halfway down the page, you'll see this image that's behind me here, which is what I think many people who are in the marketing space will recognize as something called customer lifecycle marketing, right? It's all of the places in the relationship with the prospect or customer where you have opportunity to leverage and generate revenue, and how to systematize each piece of this. That's what the consulting system really uncovers and builds with a business. And then we describe in the section after that all of the phases of the consulting process. This is what we license and teach our licensees how to use as a front end offer to new clients, so that they're basically selling consulting and then services on the back end. Or if they're an established agency, like we have an agency that's 30 some odd employees, 400 dental offices around the country. How do you take the relationship that you have with your existing clients and then add additional value for those who are looking to step up and do more on their marketing than they currently are doing with you?
Really cool. Yeah, we have thanks to just the nature of our business, we have a lot of people who have marketing agencies who use the service who might be seeing this. And a lot of them I've noticed are just getting started. People who are kind of just hanging up their tiles. So it seems to me that if I were just getting started in marketing, this might be something I'd be interested in checking out, because it would give my business structure almost right away.
And we have a good number of licensees who are in that camp where they know marketing. Maybe they were doing affiliate marketing or selling t-shirts on Facebook or something, and then saw that there was an opportunity to serve brick and mortar businesses and wanted to understand the terrain a little bit better.
A lot of us, this is my story, is I ended up accidentally getting a handful of consulting clients over the years from stuff. And then you find yourself like, oh, I'm almost running an agency here, but I don't have a clue about how to scale this or do it in a way that doesn't drive me nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of courses out there that teach that sort of thing. And to a certain extent, I think that they are feeding into one of the things that we used to do as an agency as well, which is sell around tactics. And what we've come to learn is we're doing our clients a disservice by focusing on just the tactics and not on the bigger picture. And that's why we're taking this particular approach.
Really cool. Wow. Okay. So anything else you want to add, David? I mean, the idea here with Hustle Sauce is to just kind of talk to people like you, learn about what your secret sauce might be. You just showed us a whole lot. I'm definitely going to check out Growth App and Convertry. Again, these tactics and tools, kind of like what you're saying, aren't as important as the overall strategy behind them. They're more like shiny objects.
Yes.
Talking about it. Yeah. But so guys, you're definitely going to want to check out the Prepared group, and I'll make sure I include a link to the book funnel. Anything else from you, David?
There's so many topics I can talk on. As you can tell, there's like all these angles and ways into revenue generation. But I think I'll simply say that when you start thinking about bigger picture and thinking more strategically, you recognize that there's so much more value that we have in our businesses as agency owners or trusted advisors than we give ourselves credit for. And one of the things that, a lot of the new folks that you were referring to earlier who are just getting set up as an agency don't really value is all the experience and all the knowledge that they already have. And we constantly are seeing licensees come to us, and a regular thing that we're talking about is how they've undervalued and underpriced their offer, how they really are worth much more than they are asking for. And so that's something that I want to drive home here, because a good client is going to invest properly and heavily with somebody who can guide them through the entire process of regularly, consistently generating revenue, and you get paid well for that.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to stop the record button here in a minute, but I'm going to talk to David personally about what he's doing here. I'm pretty intrigued and interested. If you are too, definitely go to David's link. It's hustlesauce.com if you want to see more of this stuff. If you'd like to come on an episode like David has, you'll find a link somewhere on Hustle Sauce. And then it's the preparedgroup.com if you want to talk more with David and his team.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Ryan.
David.